And then Derek is going to tell me number 3. B squared, yes. And Maddie is going to tell me number 4. 1 over m to the 1, and we never write 1. Well done. And then Karen is going to tell me 5. X to the 2nd. And Lennon is going to tell me 6.
1 over x to the power of 2.
Nicely done. And Gagan is going to tell me 7. N. And Amrit is going to tell me 8.
1 over 8 to the power of 4.
Excellently done. And then Leasley is going to tell me number 9. Whoa, we're on a roll. And who's back there? Simran is going to tell me number 10. 1 over z to the 6, because we don't live in the United States. And we remember that the vast majority of the countries in the world call that letter Z. Only the Americans call it Z. Everyone else calls it Z. But of course, what the Americans say, we say. Number 11, who are we at? Anusha, hit me.
N to the power of 12.
Nicely done. 12. Gagan, it's a toughie. Ooh.
1 over c to the power of 4.
You got it! First try! I'm going to stop there because it fills up the screen. Does anybody have any questions about any of them? Jova. It has to be 1 over because a to the negative 4 doesn't exist. No negative exponent can possibly exist because you cannot multiply a by itself negatively. Yes. Yes. That's what I was just saying. Negative exponents do not exist. You cannot leave them. Ever. When can you leave them? Never. 13. Who are we at? Lassa, hit me. I don't care. If you don't have it, that means you didn't do it because you know how to do it. So tell me the answer. Because if you didn't know the answer, then you should have done it. And you tell me you don't do your homework because you know how to do it. So tell me the answer. I will wait plenty of seconds. I don't know why you're asking me to wait a second. All you have to do is do 4 times 3. Again, all you have to do is do 4 times 3.
Oh yeah, okay. It's 3 over 5 times 7.
No, it isn't. So, good thing you don't do your homework. Martin.
A over B and power of 2.
Right, that's what's right here. But it's a squared over b squared. 15. Joe.
N power 6.
Yep.
N power 6.
Nicely done. Oh, 16. Adrian, that's the toughest one on the page. Do you know it? You got it? Hit me. Nicely done, Adrian. Toughest one on the whole page. 17. Who we at? Micah, what you got?
2b over 5c squared.
That's what's written right here. I want to know what that means. Izzy, you want to help a brother out? Okay, yeah. 4b squared over 25c squared. Absolutely correct. 18. Jacob. 3 squared a squared b squared. Would we leave 3 squared like that? 9 a squared b squared. 19. Nick. I know you didn't do it, but we've done 18 of them.
Would you just times the 2 by the 3?
Uh-huh.
So n to the power of 6 cubed.
Nicely done. And 20, second hardest one on the page, Marcus. Woo! Marcus, well done. You on fire, brother. Marcus, cut me some slack. Maybe I just slur my words like a Canadian, right? I drink Coke out of a bottle. I drink water, not bottle and water. Your kuss and kuss out of my mouth, maybe they're just the same. Why are you making fun of my accent? That's hurtful. I know you're Kos. I know you're Kos. But if I say it fast, Marcus. They're pretty close. But you're right. Who are we at? Jovan, hit me. Nicely done. 22, Marcus. But you can add. You're in the 10th grade. You can add. Excellent. And 23, Javon. -4 plus -1. Right, but negative exponents aren't allowed, so it is 1 over a to the 5th. 24. Haram, do you have an answer for me? B cubed. Absolutely correct. Any questions about those 12? No? Lovely. What? Oh, thank you so much. I try. Josh, 25. Close. What's 8 plus -2 plus -6? 0. What is anything to the 0? 1. This is a little hard to see. It is x to the -5 over x squared. And we are up to Hayden. No, we're on 26. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Somebody's talking. Nope. What do I do with the exponents? Subtract them. What is -5 minus 2? -7. X to the -7 cannot exist, so it is 1 over x to the 7th. Now I'm going to take a moment here to discuss a few things. S to the power of 10, absolutely correct. And 28 is hard to read. It is b to the -8 over b to the -3. So if you couldn't read that right, I don't blame you. Mercy, what do you got? Right, 1 over b to the 5th. Because -8 minus -3 is -8 plus 3, which is -5, which can't exist, so it's got to go down there. 29, Yuting. 1. 30, we're back to the front. Tiana, hit me. A to the 7th, I put an X there because it means times. 31, Indigo, hit me. M to the 8th, Beauty. 32, Derek, hit me. B to the 12, we're on a roll. 33, Maddie, go. Eight and 5th. Nicely done. 34, Karen. Ooh, not a to the 6th. 1, just like that. Well done. And 35, Lennon, hit me. Yeah. Now listen to me. Everybody listening? If you have no questions about this page, then you can do every single question on the next page. All of them. Because this page has every possible rule that you would need to know. All right? Marcos. 29. So you wrote L0, but L0 is 1, right? We want it as simple as possible, right? Would you go to Home Depot and say, hey man, I need L to the power of 0 pieces of plywood? Or would you go to Home Depot and say, dude, I need a piece of plywood? Right, okay? Simple as possible. Let me give you guys a hint. One time, not a hint, I'll tell you a quick story. One time I was at McDonald's and I'd won something on one of their stupid... And you got to answer the question. Because in Canada, you're not allowed to win a prize without doing something for it. So that's why there's all those skill testing questions on everything. And they're always bed mass. Always. Oh, it's something stupid. I can't even remember what it was. No. It was like a shake or something. But she's like, you got to fill out the thing on the back. You got to put the number there. I say, yeah, whatever, okay. And I turn it over and I start to read it. And she says, it's 7. And I look at it. No, it's not. Yeah, it's 7. No, it's not. Dude, I think I can do math. It's 7. Lady, you can't. It's not. And she, no, what's the point? It was at McDonald's. So, anyway, it was funny. Oh, it's like 12 or something. All right, so let's go. Where'd we get to? We stopped at Lenin. Gagan. A. Negative a to the 9th. What? I thought you said negatives aren't allowed. Why is this okay? Because I just told her it's right. Because it's not an exponent. G. Amrit, hit me. 1 over negative g to the 6th. Now, you can make an argument that taking a negative to the 6th power will get rid of that, won't it? But you have to leave it there because what if I told you g was negative 4? Then you need negative 4, which is positive 4. Understand? Number 2, who are we at? Leasley. W to the 5. And C, Simran. Negative s squared, which is, of course, technically the same as s squared. Well done. 4 more fairly easy ones, then we get a little tricky. Who we at? Anusha.
X to the power 5.
X to the negative 2 and 3. You can add negative 2 and 3. I have faith in you.
1.
Yeah! X to the 1. E, Gagan.
Y over 1 over y to the power
3 minus 2.
1. 1 over y to the power 5.
No need for 1 over. Because 3 minus 2 is the same as 3 plus 2, which is 5. Ladies and gentlemen, please, for the rest of this unit, spend some time going over your addition facts. I don't think it is too much of me to ask grade 10s to add. If you are uncomfortable adding, then get out your friend the calculator. Of course, the reason you are uncomfortable adding is they let you use a calculator when you should have been learning to actually add. G. Lassa. Yes, perhaps you should follow along, Lassa. Good thing you don't do your homework because you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Great, so tell me the answer to G. It should take literally 0.5 of a second.
It's X. Oh no, it's X. I don't know how to say it. Over.
1 over x to the...
Oh, like this. Okay. X to 6.
Thank you. And Martin. I got you, Martin. I'm just going to go ahead because adding and subtracting seems to be a little beyond us today at this point in the day. Make sure you have the right answers down. Yes, Jacob.
So if you write like x to the 1, is that like, so when you wrote xy on floor A, was it the same thing?
Yes, we don't usually write 1, you wascally wabbit. We don't usually write 1. Yeah. That's all that fits on the screen in that corner. Make sure you have the right answers. Make sure you have those 4 right. And what should you do if you have a different answer than me? Check. Eight A has no circle around it on yours. Yeah, I thought so. That's okay. 9 is 6 over A to the 8th. And on this page, D is 320. P to the 6th, Q cubed. C is -8, M6, N squared. And this one is 675 x to the 10 y to the 14. Does anybody need any of them explained to them? Since a great many people did not get the check plus because this page wasn't done at all, I should expect to see a few hands right now. Gagan. Pardon me, Gagan? 675 on F. Everybody's okay with D and C? Okay. All right. So, what does that 2 do to that 5? Square it. So that's 25. What does that 2 do to that x squared? Makes it x to the 4th. What does that 2 do to the y? Makes it y squared, yes? What does that 3 do to the 3? Makes it 27. What does that 3 do to the x? Makes it x to the 6. What's that 3 do to the 4? Makes it y to the 12th. What's 25 times 27? 675. 4 plus 6, x to the 10th. 2 plus 12, y to the 14th. Okay. What does that 3 do to the negative 4? Makes it negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4, yes? Which is negative 64 p cubed q cubed, right? Times negative 5p cubed. What's negative 64 times negative 5? Positive 320. P cubed and p cubed is p to the 6th. Q cubed with nothing is q cubed. And finally, A is 3 x to the 4th y over 2. B is negative 6 q to the 7th. And D is... Oh, D is tough to do in my head. Negative 2 over 5 x to the 7th x y to the 5th. I think. Those are getting a little too hard to do in one step. But since almost nobody had them done, I'm fairly confident. If anybody did have them done, do they have different answers than me? Because they would have done more than one step. Or do I need to go over them? I don't mind going over them. I can go over all of them. Let's go over A. What does 2 and 3 do when they multiply together? Make 6. What does x and x to the 5th make? X to the 6th. What does y squared and y to the 4th make? Y to the 6th over 4x squared y to the 5th. 6 and 4 simplifies to 3 and 2. 6 minus 2 is x to the 4th. And 6 minus 5 is y to the 1. If you left it 6 and 4, I would take away half a mark. I did do 6 and 4. It's 3 over 2, or 1.5. But if you guys have yet to understand that I hate decimals, then I don't know what I've been saying for the last 2 months. I don't want you using decimals. Ever. I want you using fractions. Yes, Karen?
So if the answer is going to end up being a decimal, you're saying that we should just reduce it?
Yes. Like I've been saying all the way along, please. What is 6/4? If you were in grade 2 and you were learning fractions, would Mrs. Bag Crumble let you leave that? No. She would divide them both by 2 to get 3 halves. B, negative 3p squared q to the 5th. What is negative 4 squared? 16. P squared q to the 6th over 8p4q4. Negative 3 times 16 is negative 48. P to the 4th, q to the 11th over 8. P to the 4th, q to the 4th. D. Negative 5x to the 4th y to the 5th times 2 cubed is 8, x cubed y to the 6th, over 10 squared is 100, x to the 6th y to the 16th. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40, x to the 7th, y to the 11th, over 100, x to the 6th, y to the 16th. Negative 40 divided by 100 is negative 2/5. 7 minus 6 is x to the 1. 11 minus 16 is y to the negative 5th. So it stays down there. Now, we have a trig test to go over, and we are in class for another 35 minutes. I lie. I'm the worst kind of liar. We're in class for another 40 minutes. We are going to go over the trig test, and then we are going to have a small discussion about your cumulative exam, which is tomorrow. So, first thing, before I do any of that, though, I'm going to say, if I were you, I would go back and do a little of the non-circled ones. Because apparently, exponents are getting to be, as I warned you they would if you did not practice, complicated. Even though the only thing you ever do is add, subtract, multiply, and divide, which is what you've been practicing since the first day you walked into kindergarten 11 years ago. The only math you have been doing is add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Yeah. You've had 11 years to perfect it. And here I am asking you to do negative 7 plus 4. You've had 11 years at it. I shudder to think what is going to happen next year when I have you in pre-calculus 11. I know. So,